Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Welcome to my BitChute YouTube simulcast together. I am Dr. Gaze101. As the title states that, PayPal should be our mommies and daddies, our parents to begin with. And it's also a partial response to some ordinary gamer's video about PayPal as well he made earlier today as of October 10th, 2022. So basically, it's kind of strange though that PayPal made a statement out there saying that you will be fined $2,500 per violation of misinformation that the entity, whether it's an individual, whether it's a corporation, or just a group altogether, spreading information about their product, their services, whether it's legal or illegal. And yes, they're trying to create some sort of form of insurance behind the matter, making sure that they're not going to be liable for any violations by the government above all, whether it's the United States, whether it's the UN, the international laws, and yes, I understand that in today's world, the year 2022, there is still misinformation out there. And I, for one, took part in that, spread that kind of information when I was younger. When I was 20 years old to 22 years old, give or take, I was doing a lot of research about how corrupt my government was, specifically the United States government. Personally, myself, I was part of this loose type of movement called the Black Power movement. Makes that matter. I'm more of like an outsider, like an outside circle of the inner circle, you want to call it like that. I was the fat kid of the group of sorts. So we learned so much about what's going on with our culture and our values, whether it's bad, good, evil, or just straight up, factual. And there are some things back in the day, back in 2008 to 2012, give or take, misinformation about President Barack Obama, or about George Bush, or about leaders of companies like the IMF and the World Bank. And I know I should be putting this stuff on the gaming channel, but it's good to know about as a gamer who wants to spread information out there, or just to at least be performance wise, as far as like gaming culture, gaming tournaments, things that matter. So it's going to haunt me for a while, if not the rest of my life, or what I put out there many years ago. It's going to be expected to begin with. So to those who are well aware, I'm Dr. Gaines 101. I used to be called someone else in the past. You can do your background search on me. It's easy to find me anywhere on the internet. But PayPal themselves crossed the line, and PayPal should have never put that policy out there, whether it's intentional or not, whether it's thorough or just some incomplete mess of themselves. And I understand I'm not perfect. I don't have the absolute truth to anything and everything around this world and throughout the universe at large. I'm just a typical guy on the internet, with a bad hair day and stuff like that. So, by the way, I try to grow an afro. It's kind of hard to maintain that fluffiness of the afro because of sweat and stuff like that. So excuse me if I look like this for the last several months to you guys. Other than that, yeah, some ordinary gamer is telling the truth. Like, it's good to know what's the intentions of PayPal or what they were trying to do overall. And if companies are continuously doing that, if they really are so righteous in what they believe in their regulations and all, why is it that we still hear not rumors, but reports out there that there's drug money invested into the stock market? And everything's down below the description box. So you see an article from what's it called, the United Kingdom's websites. That they will tell you in detail who or what is involved with the matter with the IMF and World Bank at the time with the drug money and things that matter, and whether it's entirely at the time truthful or right now it's kind of questionable, because there was reports out there accusing certain entities, whether it's a bank, whether it's the company, whether it's a country at large, a nation, big or small, they were accused of corruption. It was that infested back in the 2000s, the 2010s. Personally, myself, I'm not involved with any of that matter. Obviously, I'm just an outsider. I'm just looking on the inside. I read all sorts of newspapers at the time, magazines, books. Anyone could look up the stuff on the internet. Best thing you do, go to the library for the matter, but then even that could change too with the information at large. So information changes from time to time. But it's still concrete to some extent, because as long as they're a record of it, it shouldn't be no way to tamper with that information from the start. So it's not PayPal's business to tell me when or what I should put out there on the internet, let alone to anyone in general. because they're not my government. They're not, even if you are my government. Government can only do so much into hindering my speech. Here in the United States, we have the 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights: right to be heard, right to be freedom of speech, right to for forfeiting seizure and overseeing of our property and persons. So it's we have protections of citizens. Whether we're, especially if you're a legal citizen here in the United States, you have every right to deny PayPal services, as well as PayPal can have every right to deny your services too. But there's a certain extent to know that as a company, a business, you guys should be more of a professional. Yes, you understand that money is involved. I understand you want to be liable, not be liable for anything and everything on the internet through your services. But there's comes to a point where it's like it's too late now. The information's out there. Pandora's box has been open for how many years? If not decades, I feel like it's more at least a good 15 years so far, because the internet was still growing at the time back in the 2000s. Not everyone had the internet, and obviously now more people are online right now more than ever. There's a lot, millions, about billions of users on the internet, especially with Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MySpace. Well, at one point it's MySpace, but you get what I mean. There was a millions upon millions of people using these sites, and you can't just to not deny one user or two or three or five group of users to use your services because they spread out information from like 15, 10, 5 years ago, knowing that it's freedom of speech in the United States. Now understand, PayPal has its own entity. It's their own private company. They have their own website, their own systems. They have their own monetary value to some extent of what they want to do with. Because they're more of a middle person and more than a bank. They're like a middle person of the matter, middle businessman at best. And it's good though to have PayPal because I can prevent myself from sharing unique uh, fortified information, fortifiable information. Like I can't just give out my name and address to everyone out there on the internet, because they'll use it against me to buy social security cards or bank statements or something of that sort. It depends on how popular you are, how much money you have, and things of that matter. And I dealt with fraud. Someone used my name to take out money off in my checking account many months ago. And that was stupid on their end, because knowing that anything and everything is tracked online, people. I don't care if you're as small as Christian or as big as McDonald's. Everything you do on the internet is some sort of trackable information, from the bitcoins and the cryptocurrencies down to the digital dollar of the digital currency of like different countries, things that matter, through PayPal or through Wells Fargo or if not Citibank. And we all deal with these banks from time to time, whenever we can, from our school loans to auto loans to home loans, you name it, mortgages, etc., etc. And I'm not trying to put things off topic for the last 5 minutes here, but I just want to let you guys know that PayPal and other companies out there, if you really are for change in this country or change for international business, then don't put money into stock market where there was drug money involved. Or, oh, it sounds like, oh, Charles, what do you know about this shit? Well, who are you supposed to be this? How do you know all this stuff? Well, it's from newspapers. It's from the news. It's from the New York Times, the Financial Times. What else? New York Post. I mean, corruption is everywhere, people. And it's been like that for how many decades? Now it's more out there in the open for at least good 15 years now because of the internet. But other than that, be more informed with what's going on around your surroundings. Whether it's through newspapers, whether it's through TV, the TV can only promote so much, and it can promote only with so much information to the public now, because now everyone has access to anything and everything on the internet, at the libraries, at their public areas, whether it's library, whether it's a restaurant, I don't care. It doesn't matter, because you can prevent people from like spreading information all you want. People will still find truths out there. Now, with the flat Earth theory, with some other theories out there going on throughout the last 5 years, I think that's a little weird for that flat Earth theory to be reinstated back into the community at large. But then again, look, I'm the one mentioned about Obama's background, whatever. But hey, my background now just from looking at past videos of mine. So it's kind of like a to give and take. It's a tit for tat, karma versus your karma, and my karma versus your karma, and so on and so forth, or whatever the case may be. So, some ordinary gamer, I've been watching and following you for many years on your videos. I would say since early as 2014, 2016, give or take. And it was great to see your content over the years. And you tell the truth about phishings and spam and email phishing, stuff like that. We want to call it. Basically, just basic spyware, basic viral entities like Trojan horses, things of that matter. Those are really I avoid like the plague, and I know I'm way more smarter, way more knowledgeable, and way more informative. What I've done over the years of preventing myself from being encountered with these matters on a constant basis. So, and part of that is you. So, thank you for so many beginners out there. Please, guys, thumbs up, subscribe and share. Donate to my Patreon, Dr. Gaze 101. If you want to donate, you can donate directly down below the description box, so everything is there. Bitcoin, you can donate to me, everything's down below as well. If you don't want to, if you can't donate or you don't want to donate, share my videos. You know, I do my best to entertain you guys to a great extent. And I thank you for watching this on my gaming channel, on my YouTube specifically. And, you know, this is something that we should consider us gamers or just anyone who wants to be entertained by mass at large. You know, money, business is business, guys. And if you put personal matters into business, if you try to put this bias into your business and stuff like that, it's gonna look bad on your part. And I guess PayPal's trying to do something of that matter, but they did it the wrong way. And I hope they'll correct themselves after the stock market reconfiguration on their end, which are they lost like 5% of the stock market of their stocks. So, all right, guys, see you around. Bye.